At the New School, we believe creativity isn't a concept. It's a calling. It's what drives you out into the world to make the things that make a difference. At our schools, we teach creative problem solving by dissolving walls between academic disciplines so you can rigorously rethink everything. Together, we draw inspiration from human insight. We purposefully collaborate, try things over and over, and become invaluable to a world that doesn't exist yet. It's why our university is filled with journalists designing new media, playwrights creating tools for social good, designers collaborating with ethnographers and anthropologists, economists examining human interactions, musicians and media artists composing with light and space. Creativity, in the right hands, changes everything. Because it's not what you know, it's what you create with what you know. Make the future catch up to you. We do. The New School in New York City.
My name is Craig Teedy. I am the interim Senior Director for Recruitment and Outreach here at the New School, and on behalf of the more than 100 staff, faculty, alumni, and current students who are here today, I want to welcome you to the New School. Though we've had many presidents and presidential candidates on campus, none is dearer to our hearts than our own, and it is my great honor to introduce you to the 8th president of the New School. Here to kick us off, David Van Zandt.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful day out here in New York City. We're really thrilled to have you all here today. The decision you're all about to make about college and where to go to college is really a big one. And I think it's very important to be sure you make the right match. Here at the New School, we seek highly creative people who want to use that creativity to make a difference in the world. We want to feed your hunger for urban ideas. We want to nurture your creativity, and we want you also to align your passions with your opportunities. The New School really is an extraordinary place to prepare for a future in today's rapidly changing world. Today, as we all know, there's an innovation creative economy out there. That economy rewards not only hard work, but also innovative ideas and creativity. It also rewards the courage to make those things happen. Now, of course, this means there's a lot more opportunity out there. But in today's world, you have to design your own pathway. You can't rely on old school types of careers. And that today requires a special person in a special education. And that's what we do here. The New School will prepare you for that kind of world. We have the strong and rigorous fundamentals you can get at any good college. But in addition, we're going to prepare you with a highly relevant set of capabilities. One, the capacity to work on multidisciplinary teams is very important today. Second, the ability to analyze rapidly vast amounts of information and see patterns in that information is also important. Third, the ability to communicate not only in writing or verbally, but also visually and digitally is extremely important. Of course, you have to be able to work cross-culturally in an increasingly global world. And finally, you have to have resilience. You have to be able to take advantage of the value of failure. Yes, I did say failure, because it's going to happen to all of us. But failure is not an end point, but it's part of a process of testing ideas, learning from feedback, and reframing. And that's what you learn to do in our project-based learning style. Since its founding in 1919, the New School has had at its heart two core values. The first is creativity and innovation, challenging the status quo. And the second is social engagement, being engaged with the world around you and caring about it and trying to make it a better place. We need you to use the skills and knowledge you pick up here to make a positive difference. We need you to act with courage and conviction. Well, the energy I feel in the New School is no more apparent than it is here today in our University Center. This building is a model for universities of sustainable buildings. It's a LEED Gold building. But also, it's a place of convergence for the university. It's our quad, or our commons. It encourages people to come together, fosters exchange of ideas and collaboration across disciplines, and serves as a cultural and social hub. Well, I hope these short remarks have been helpful. It's just a preview, but it gives you a sense, I hope, of my personal view and love for the new school. Now let me turn it over to our provost, Tim Marshall, to tell you a little more. Tim?
Thank you, David, and welcome. It's great to be here with you. I'm actually, as you heard, the provost of the new school, but I'm here standing in for Joel Towers, the executive dean of Parsons, who has to be in California right now. But I have to say I'm kind of delighted because I get to go down memory lane because I used to be the dean of Parsons before Joel, so it's great to be amongst you. I'm just going to try and frame up many of the things you've already heard from David and you'll continue to hear throughout the day in what I think will be the basic clear decision process or decision tree, if you like, that you'll be going through as you think about what to study, where to study, and so on. And those are three questions. Why should you be studying art and design at all? There are many things to study and you cannot study. Why study art and design in New York City? There's many places you can study art and design. And why would you study art and design in New York City at Parsons at the New School? Because you also have choices there. And David has already given you quite a lot of content that maps onto these questions, and as I said, you'll continue to hear it through the day, but I want to just try and hit on some core reasons going through this kind of process. So why study art or design in this day and age? As you just heard, the careers that are most in most demand going forward are ones that require innovative thinking, cross-disciplinary perspectives, and the ability to confront complexity in creative and strategic ways. And of course, these are the hallmarks of an art and design education. And this is why, and rather uniquely, in the last economic downturn, the creative sector actually surged through that period. This has never happened before. Throughout the 20th century, whenever a recession hit, creative practices tended to be the first to go and the last to come back because they were seen as luxuries. This is no longer true. If you look at polls of employers, over the last 10 years, they'll consistently say that what they're looking for in their employees at the very top are creativity, innovation, critical thinking, collaborative skills, communication skills, and so on. Again, these are in abundance in the education that we provide you. So design has changed, but fundamentally design and art have expanded. And they've expanded dramatically from the traditional fields that you know, that you'll see today, which still exist in new forms, but it's also expanding across the for-profit, the not-for-profit, and government sectors, where more and more design is seen as a core strategic advantage in any enterprise, any institution, any endeavor. Just to give a quick example, up until all throughout the 20th century, designers worked in independent studios or freelance because the companies they were working for, if they were smart and strategic, they dedicated their core of their business to what was core to their mission. They put their resources to what was core to them. And what was not core, they outsourced. What happened in the 21st century, and in the 20th century, as I said, design was seen as outsourced and so not core to the strategic part of the company. In the 21st century, all the major companies, old and new, have been either building internal design studios or buying them, very often buying them. This is true of the old industrials like General Electric or Johnson & Johnson. It's true of the big tech companies, Facebook and Google, and it's true of the startups. They are buying design companies left, right, and center because now art and design, the creative endeavors are seen as absolutely vital, absolutely critical to the strategic competitive advantage of these companies and these institutions, and therefore you have to have it in-house. And you'll find there's also a rapid growth in the number of chief innovation officers, chief design officers, chief creativity officers, whatever you want to call them, because again, not only has it been brought in-house, it's been elevated into the top strategic leadership of companies because it is seen as so vital. So design now is core to the future of these kinds of organizations, institutions, and companies. Okay, so why study at New York City? Recently, the research out of the Center for an Urban Future found that in New York City alone, design jobs grew by 75% over the first decade of this century. The number of product designers and graphic designers more than doubled in the city in that period, and interior designers more than tripled. And there's also strong growth among architects, fashion designers, and so on. But also at times of rapid change, and again, this has been very well documented, it's best to be in dense urban environments with lots of connectivity, During quiet times without much change, then a bucolic setting may be appropriate because you want to step out and reflect on what's going on in the world. But when things are changing this fast, you want to be in amongst it all the time. So the rapid change we're going through right now, as many of you will know, is has global implications, and it's been driven by technology. And innovation and creativity is much more likely to originate from places that are dense, that are diverse, that are tolerant, and that are networked. You can read Richard Florida and Stephen Berlin and other people on these kind of topics and documenting how this happens. So New York City is without question the best city in the world in terms of bringing those qualities together in one place. It's why the startup world is so on fire right now in New York City. And it's a different kind of startup than you'll find elsewhere. It grows out of human needs, and its innovations are coming out of human insights in a much more nuanced way. We also have, obviously, an incredible wealth of internships and job opportunities. We use New York City as a learning laboratory every day of the week, and you are basically immersed in the thing that you're doing and loving. You are immersed in what you're studying, you're living it, and you're studying it all together, all the time. Okay, so if I've convinced you to study art and design, and I've convinced you to study it in New York City, why study it at Parsons at the New School? Because you still have some choices. Parsons has an incredible history of rigor and creative practice. Parsons is a leader in design and art education. This won't be the first time you've heard it, but it's been ranked #1 in terms of art and design education globally at the undergraduate level. It was the first design school in the world, in the country, to offer degrees in fashion, interior design, and advertising. It was the first school to offer degrees in design and technology. It was the first school to offer a Bachelor of Business Administration in Design and Management. It was the first school just a few years ago to start a Master's in Transdisciplinary Design. The reason why we have all these firsts is because we're constantly looking at how the field is evolving and changing. We're not just replicating the history that we had when we grew up in these fields, but we're looking to the world that you're inheriting, that you're moving into, and making sure that we are preparing you for that. But I think one of the most important reasons to study at Parsons at the New School is precisely because it is the only comprehensive art and design school in this country that's inside a university. But so what? Sounds cool, but so what? Well, as I've been saying, you need to have a rich, diverse, networked life to be able to be really effective. And standalone art and design schools and standalone liberal arts colleges and what have you don't necessarily have that density and that kind of breadth that you really need to connect to. So if you come here, you'll be connecting with the serious rigor that we have in the humanities and social sciences. We have distinctive science programs and courses in management, policy, global and urban and environmental studies. And you'll be able to collaborate with some of the top-ranked performing arts programs in the country. And as well as the direct liberal arts programs that support your studies in Parsons, which are in themselves second to none, you'll also be able to move out in our new curriculum, you'll learn more about in a moment, to do serious kind of minors and areas of study related in the liberal arts. So just to give you a sense of why that might be important. If you graduate as a product designer with a minor in economics, with an understanding of how supply chain works and the economics of climate change, or you're an interface or interaction designer who studies psychology, or you're doing game design and you have some understanding of the cognition of play. If you're a fashion designer who studied anthropology or gender studies, data visualization, a student who's doing sociology to better understand how data is analyzed and understood, or an artist who's studying philosophy. You're a photographer who's studying journalism as well alongside that, or an illustrator who's studying literature because you want to become a graphic novelist. An interior designer who might be studying chemistry and material sciences to better understand the impact of the materials you're using. And so on and so on and so on. This is the wealth and the richness we offer you, and it will make you a better designer, and it will absolutely make you more employable and more distinctive when you're out there competing in the world. But not only that, we are also a global institution in a global city. It is absolutely critical for anybody in this world to be able to be comfortable with diverse people in working around the world in all sorts of different settings. And we have the most international student body in the country in our undergraduate programs. So you'll be in it from day one. We also have a campus in Paris that's been there since 1921, and we have a network of partner schools throughout the world that give you a huge range of study opportunities across the globe. And as you just heard, you get to study in world-class facilities. Not only this building that David just spoke about, but also by the time you enroll in the fall of 16, there'll be a making center on the opposite corner here, which will be a really state-of-the-art 35,000 square foot space across 2 floors, bringing together all sorts of new and old technologies, from 3D printers to textile facilities, and so on, with technicians and facilities managers kind of working to help you with those technologies. But, you know, to be honest, there's a bit of an arms race amongst universities when it comes to facilities. But study after study, including one that came out just a couple of weeks ago by Gallup, will tell you that the absolute fundamental reason why you should go to a university, and why I say you should come to this university, is because of the faculty. The faculty are really the ones who will change your lives, who will give you what you need. So we have a remarkable faculty here that I'm immensely proud of. We have part-time faculty members who are coming out of their studios, out of the professions, out of branding houses, media houses, and so on, who are bringing that world directly into the classroom so you know exactly what's going on right now. And we have literally scoured the world for the strongest full-time faculty any design school has, and I say that without any hesitation. But you'll also find incredible inspiration amongst your peers, amongst yourselves. The friendships and the networks you develop may well go on to create business partnerships for you, and so on. So I'll leave you with this, what I think is a really unique proposition that we're offering you. You get to study in the most exciting and in-demand creative fields, in one of the best cities you can get to do this in, and within a university that is uniquely configured to give you the breadth and the depth that you need, the skills and the knowledge, the networks and the experience to be a highly successful global citizen and professional designer or artist. And I want to wish you the best of luck as you go through this very serious business of working out where you want to study and preparing your portfolios and your applications. I know it's a very stressful period, but you know, great opportunities are lying in front of you. And I also hope you have a great day today and learn lots of things. And now I'm going to pass you over to Craig Teedy, who's our Senior Director of Admissions, who will take you through a slideshow all about Parsons. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Thank you very much, Tim, David. It's always a pleasure to have you with us. So as Tim just said, for anyone who came in late, my name is Craig Teedy. I am the Interim Senior Director for Recruitment and Outreach at the New School. And I am very happy to spend some time this morning telling you about this second home of mine, where I've been for close to 8 years now. The New School is a pretty special place, and I hope by the end of this talk, you will agree with me. It was the Italian poet and novelist Cesare Pavese who said, "We don't remember days, we remember moments." Now, I'm sure you've all already seen lots of people like me presenting information about colleges and universities that they claim are certain to be a great fit for you. And you probably only remember those presentations today as more of a blur of similar sounding talking points with similar looking images and similarly structured academic programs. But whether this is your first college presentation or your 50th, God help you if that's so, I promise the similarities end here. This is a moment you will remember. You came here today to learn about the most influential art and design school in the world. As the only one that's part of a comprehensive university, the New School, Parsons Experience offers an unparalleled education dedicated to creativity, innovation, and experimentation that enacts positive change within our world. The New School and Parsons were both founded in New York City a century ago by visionary dissidents frustrated by the intellectual timidity of the status quo. In 1896, American Impressionist William Merritt Chase founded Parsons by leading a rebellious group of progressives to secede from the Art Students League of New York in search of more individualistic expression. Under the leadership of Frank Parsons, the school then created groundbreaking programs that linked art and design with industry. In 1919, liberal arts professors and social scientists from top universities moved downtown to create the New School for Social Research, a new kind of academic institution where faculty and students would be free to honestly address and directly approach the problems facing the 20th century. Coming from different disciplines but very similar philosophies and drives, these visionaries founded our schools to improve society through active questioning, debate, discussion, and creation. Now, together, we are quite the force to be reckoned with. Today, we are still redefining education. The New School is the only major university With a world-class design school, Parsons at its core, integrated with a progressive liberal arts college, prestigious graduate schools, and renowned performing arts school. We infuse design thinking throughout the entire educational experience and encourage collaboration between all of our fields of study. This unique approach to education allows us to study the issues of our time, like democracy, urbanization, technological change, economic empowerment, sustainability, migration, and globalization from a fresh angle that leads us to innovative solutions. So you may be asking, what makes Parsons such an extraordinary location? We are populated by students, staff, and faculty who aren't afraid of new thinking and new ideas, who are intellectually curious and tenacious when it comes to their pursuits, who want to dig deep and understand substantial academic scholarship, who want to harness their creativity to make the world a better place, and those who want to reinvent what is out there in this dynamic age defined by innovation. The New School is ideal for courageous students willing to be a force of new. Here are some of the footsteps that you'd be walking in. Marlon Brando, Harry Belafonte, Eleanor Roosevelt, John Cage, Jack Kerouac, and as you can see, countless others. And they were taught by some of the finest minds of the 20th century. In 1948, W.E.B. Du Bois taught the first course in African American history and culture ever taught at a university, right here. The New School also became known internationally for courses in the creative arts, taught by the likes of composer and theorist John Cage, dancer and choreographer Martha Graham, and around the same time, legendary pioneer Margaret Mead taught courses in anthropology. The New School has evolved continuously throughout the years in response to changes in the world. We've stayed true to our legacy of innovative thinking, and our community members are still leading the way in 2015. Robert Wong, Chief Creative Officer of Google's lab, heads creative development of their in-house agency and designs solutions for one of the world's most innovative companies. Letitia Ruccolo and other performing arts alumni flipped an industry on its head when the Metropolitan Opera closed for a season and has grown an entirely new opera audience with her fresh take on the experience with Brooklyn's Loft Opera. And Laura Poitras, a filmmaker, journalist, and artist, won a 2014 Academy Award for her documentary Citizen4 about the work of Edward Snowden. What brings our more than 10,000 students together is a shared desire for the new, the experimental, the innovative, and the courageous. Our students are able to go out into the world to reinvent what's out there and become forces of new because of our design-inspired approach to learning. The New School's unique approach to education is true to our legacy of innovation. Career trajectories are no longer cookie cutter, so education really shouldn't be either. Our academic experience is integrated and personalized, with project-based learning at the forefront, so that you learn by doing what you love. This entire university is available to you, allowing for unique combinations of seemingly disparate areas of interest, not an isolated studio, conservatory, or liberal arts education, and the ability to minor across disciplines within any school. No matter what area of study you pursue, you will discover a unique form of creative problem solving that will forever change the way you investigate and create. You're going to learn to understand the human need of any problem, solve real-world applications, relentlessly question convention, think through design thinking, which is infused throughout all of our programs, collaborate and learn across disciplines, engage in rigorous coursework with intellectual exploration, and learn to take risks in unexpected ways. Our world is increasingly putting a premium on innovative ideas, so it's important that we understand how to solve problems within novel contexts. In order to get ahead today, you have to be prepared to design creative solutions. For the right type of student, then, the New School provides many paths to unlocking your potential to succeed and creating the very type of future you want to live in. The New School houses 5 renowned schools and colleges. Today, we're going to concentrate on Parsons School of Design. However, keep in mind, as a Parsons undergraduate student, you are able to take courses across any of our schools, including Eugene Lang College of Liberal Arts and the College of Performing Arts, where all curriculum is steeped in design philosophy with a strong liberal arts grounding. Parsons School of Design offers prestigious undergraduate degree programs in New York City and Paris. Students are enabled to develop the knowledge and skills needed to make an impact and succeed through collaboration with peers, industry partners, and communities around the world. Faculty are drawn from working professionals, and international study opportunities augment Parsons undergraduate programs. Our faculty comprises researchers and practitioners, and Parsons graduates have a distinguished record of professional and creative success in every field they enter. Every year, more than 2,000 employers contact our Career Services Office to recruit Parsons graduates to their companies, and over 30,000 employers are registered on our online job board. None of our peer institutions come close to this activity. There are opportunities to collaborate on projects across the university while you're here as well, working with policymakers, social scientists, musicians, performance artists, and more. In fact, Parsons was named the #1 art and design school in the country. We're always evolving our curriculum to give you the strongest start possible. Here, you'll experiment with how new media platforms and technologies are transforming art and design as we know it, and you'll expand the art and design fields beyond their traditional boundaries through interdisciplinary collaboration and exchange. Here, you will explore multiple sites and scales of engagement, developing socially and environmentally sustainable products, garments, interiors, buildings, and urban habitats. Our programs are structured to support and extend your communities of practice and to allow you to expand fields beyond traditional boundaries through interdisciplinary collaboration and exchange. And you don't need to learn how to design just physical things, but also systems, services, networks, how to strategically bring together coalitions of people across different industries and disciplines to generate creative responses to complex problems. Our ability to bridge design with business and management expertise gives you a leg up when you graduate because you're uniquely prepared to assume entrepreneurial and leadership positions within a range of fields. Starting within your first semester, you'll take seminars in art and design, history, theory, criticism, and writing. These seminars are integral to your experience at Parsons because they'll help you develop a systemic understanding of the role of art and design over time in different geographical settings and as agents of social change. Courses are integral to studio work and lead to a systemic understanding of the role and function of visual culture, art, and design. Located in the vibrant creative economy of Paris, Parsons Paris offers extraordinary educational, cultural, and professional opportunities for the growing number of students who seek a range of experience in art, design, media, technology, and culture. Undergraduate degree programs are taught in English and are guided by a faculty of professionals from all around the world. Students use that city as a laboratory, collaborating on creative projects and exploring ways to apply art and design to the challenges of urban life. We're always evolving our curriculum to give you the strongest start possible, as I mentioned, and today we offer innovative and comprehensive programs in architectural design, art, media and technology, communication design, design and technology, environmental studies, fashion design, fine arts, illustration, integrated design, interior design, photography, product design, strategic design and management, and urban design. In addition to the majors you see here, we also offer focused areas of study like game design, animation, accessory design, comics, graphic narrative. After this presentation, you'll have the opportunity to meet with program directors, faculty, and peer mentors in each of these areas, and I encourage you to talk to as many people as you can. Our Eugene Lang College of Liberal Arts is the fastest growing urban liberal arts college in New York. It offers an intimate learning environment set within our comprehensive university. Lang has a very deep commitment to liberal arts education that reaches across and beyond traditional areas of study. Courses are often taught by leading faculty for our prestigious graduate programs within the New School for Social Research, and students at Lang pursue connections between the humanities, fine arts, and social and natural sciences through a curriculum that includes both traditional and innovative majors, minors, and interdisciplinary programs. The New School has also always been a mecca for performing arts. Today, our College of Performing Arts transcends the boundaries of a typical conservatory education. Students use their artistry to alter the way music and drama can positively impact the world. Through majors, minors, or elective, all students can study with master faculty and practitioners at the top of their fields, found only in New York City. The College of Performing Arts houses 3 schools that collaborate through various programs and events: the School of Drama, the School of Jazz, and Mannes School of Music. One of the distinguishing features of studying at the New School is that undergraduate students can choose from more than 50 minors in almost any discipline. So no matter your major across the entire university, you can add something to it that will really enhance your own individualized course of study. Minoring across schools allows students for unique collaborations and stokes the entrepreneurial spirit. Here you can explore what happens when you combine a fashion major with environmental studies, graphic design with journalism, jazz studies with poetry. We pride ourselves at the New School for hosting some of the most interesting courses in higher education. Here are just some examples. If you visit us online, you can see a full list of all of our current offerings. Our undergraduate experience is enriched by specialized, unique, and interdisciplinary ways to take learning to an even higher level. Our BA/BFA program is designed for undergraduate students who want to pursue 2 degrees simultaneously, combining a liberal arts degree at Lang with a fine arts degree. Students like Stephanie Leone, our 2015 commencement speaker, who combined poetry with communication design, went on to design at a local publishing house and now manages social media presence for the New School. Or Nico Galvan, pictured here in this photo, a 3rd-year BA/BFA student at Lang and Jazz, double majoring in education study and politics while honing his craft of the tenor saxophone at the School of Jazz. Students at Eugene Lang College of Liberal Arts who want to pursue graduate study at the New School can enter into an accelerated program where they take master's level courses as an undergraduate and work toward their Master of Arts. The New School also offers many of the nation's most distinguished graduate programs in art and design, the performing arts, media and communications, creative writing, humanities and social sciences, professional management and urban policy, and international affairs. Integrating the New School's tradition of combining in-the-class and in-field work, each program guides graduate students through an exciting and challenging course of study, headed by a faculty of artists, scholars, and professionals who practice what they teach. A few of our graduate degree offerings are shown here. On top of the traditional undergraduate and graduate degree offerings, we also offer other non-traditional routes of study, like our AAS degrees, geared toward working professionals ready to make the leap into the design fields of graphic design, interior design, fashion design, or fashion marketing. Or our undergraduate degree programs specifically designed for adults and transfer students seeking an alternative to the traditional 4-year college experience. Despite our size, we maintain a university-wide student-to-faculty ratio of 9:1. The average class size here is 12, not 100. Our faculty aren't just teachers. They are still engaged in their respective fields and are progressive leaders in their own right. Top faculty teach across both graduate and undergraduate courses, meaning when it comes time to connecting you to an internship or ultimately applying for a job, not only will they know you and your work very well from those small classes, but they also all have the contacts in the industries you are likely wanting to work in one day yourselves. In fact, with the New School's dedication to learning in small seminar-style courses, the world is taking note, and we've been additionally recognized for this important distinction in several college rankings. In addition to our traditional study on either our New York City or Paris campuses, we have typical study abroad opportunities, plus many service-oriented global options to be explored through our exciting international research projects, fellowships, and programs. As part of a comprehensive college experience, we encourage all students to consider the city of New York as their classroom. We connect students with internships for academic credit in almost every field. Last year, New School students brought their convention-challenging creativity to more than 900 different companies through internships across the city. A few examples of current and past internships include Marc Jacobs, HBO, MTV, the New York Times, the New Yorker, Rolling Stone, Marvel Comics, and the Museum of Modern Art. In conjunction with opportunities to intern and partner with diverse organizations, you will be part of a diverse community on campus. The New School is home, as I said, to more than 10,000 students from all 50 states. 118 foreign countries are also represented, comprising 1/3 of our student population. And as you heard David mention, that in fact makes us the #1 most international university in the country. People flock from all over the world to study at the New School's New York campus in historic Greenwich Village. Our state-of-the-art facilities are growing every day. Here are some of the creative resources and newest additions we like to highlight. We offer model, fabrication, and print shops across our many state-of-the-art making centers, 3D prototyping and imaging labs, more than 4,000 square footage of exhibition space, and performance space that ranks among the largest in Lower Manhattan. We also have computer labs with more than 600 workstations and comprehensive libraries that support the New School's interdisciplinary approach to education and offer an excellent starting place for research. The New School is also actively dedicated toward increasing our sustainability across campus. In fact, we are also #1 in sustainable building for our new University Center in downtown Manhattan. Some say that New York City is where every creative person ought to call home at some point in their lives. So why not start now? We're not just like New York City or in New York City like many other schools, but we are actively of New York City at the New School. We choose to occupy the city differently. We want to both use it as a learning ground and to actively give back to its communities. With the city as an extension of our campus, we can work directly with leaders across performing arts, design, and social research fields, partnering with organizations like the United Nations and World Bank on real-world projects. New York is one of the world's greatest cultural centers, and it provides a living experience like no other, with inspiration found on every street, corner, and rooftop. The New School community is also actively involved in the interests of New York City. When the Climate March needed a home, the New School opened its doors, minds, and hearts to the cause. Students are encouraged to be involved in movements that inspire them. The New School also hosts more than 1,300 public programs annually, many of them right here in this auditorium, where you can hear from Nobel laureates, Oscar winners, political leaders, or fashion magnates. From informal clubs to student unions, art shows to film festivals, there are additionally hundreds of opportunities outside the classroom and off campus. Organizations include the Student Film Collective, Association for International Development, Students for Social Justice, Students of the African Diaspora, and many, many more. Our Department of Athletics and Recreation offers varsity athletics, group fitness classes, outdoor adventure activities, and organized team sports. And in case you've not yet met him, this is our mascot, Gnarls the Narwhal. Our entire university is dedicated to supporting student services that ultimately lead you to success. Our advising department works with you to help you explore opportunities, make informed decisions, and create an academic plan that will prepare you for a future career. You can access help with resumes, interviewing skills, and placements, annual career fairs with hundreds of local and global employers ready to network and review your work, and community access to a digital database of top employers actively seeking new hires. Our student services team offers support at every level. We want to help you navigate the process of moving to New York to ensure the safety, well-being, and development. The New School has 4 residence halls on campus, all within walking distance from our central academic quad right here on 13th Street and 5th Avenue. Living in the city is a special experience versus being in a city that's more like a dorm or hotel environment. Our housing is quite different and guaranteed for all incoming students who apply by the priority deadline. Our tuition averages about $40,000 per year, but does vary a bit by program. To assist you in that regard, we offer both need and merit-based scholarships, and 87% of our undergraduate students receive a form of financial aid. To learn more, we encourage you to visit us online. Our alumni go on to extraordinary careers across the globe and make a significant impact on their communities. Because of our unique recipe of education, design-inspired project-based learning, an interdisciplinary approach, and a commitment to social justice, our students go on to be entrepreneurial thought leaders in their fields. Plus, they are often creating and defining budding industries that are only just now beginning to emerge. In fact, the market is quite promising for a New School graduate. Parsons is ranked #1 on PayScale for art and design schools by salary. The New School provides access to a lifelong network of talented and innovative minds. Faculty, alumni, advisors, and fellow students are actively engaged in their respective fields and can help link you to opportunities throughout the city and beyond. Now, our admission requirements are not one size fits all. They are reviewed holistically and reflect the very program that you're entering. They allow you to be as unique and diverse as the students who come to study with us. Applicants to Parsons School of Design, Eugene Lang College of Liberal Arts, Jazz, and Drama all follow a unified deadline schedule for fall admission. Early action students will have applied by November 1st. Regular decision students are encouraged to apply by January 15th. Beginning this year, all students applying for undergraduate study will do so via the Common Application. And though application requirements do vary by school and program, all undergraduate students are not required to submit an SAT or ACT score to receive full consideration. From our inception, we've been an innovative, experimental institution of higher education focused on designing solutions for a better world. I'm glad that you were able to join us today. I want you to immerse yourself in everything that this experience has to offer you. And I think if you do, you'll find a vibrant energy that inspires passion and camaraderie with both like-minded and diverse communities, and a memorable experience like no other. We are looking for students with an extra dose of fearless creativity, people who want to shake up old ideas and be on the cutting edge of new ones, which all leads to one essential truth. If you function best in an academic environment that is very much a bastion for creativity and intellectual investigation, chances are pretty good you have found the school for you. Because we are the best fit for the kind of student who is ready to unlock their own innate creative and intellectual potential and wants to be a force of new thinking, new technology, new design, and new vision. Are you ready to challenge convention? The next 4 years will change you so that you can go out and change the world. I hope you recognize that your moment is here, and I am happy to welcome you to your future. I don't need you to take my word for it, though. We have with us this morning 5 New School alumni who not very long ago were sitting where you are right now, just beginning to imagine a future they hadn't even begun to write. And we've invited them back here today to tell you how the New School gave them the tools, the connections, and the opportunities to be forces of new. At this point, I will turn you over to them, and the first to address you is Mary Chimenti.
My name is Mary. I graduated this past May with a BFA in product design, and I'm currently working several jobs. I work at a company called Dyslexic, which is a furniture design company, and I'm the lead production assistant there. I also work at a company called Dame Products, and I'm a lead customer service representative, and like 3 other jobs, so don't ask. But one of the most stressful times that any high school student will go through is what you're doing now, which is trying to figure out where you belong after high school. And coming from a suburban town in Connecticut where every car had a collegiate bumper sticker, I definitely wasn't immune to that stress, so I know where you all are right now. And as a 17-year-old who wasn't good at math or science and wasn't interested in liberal arts, you also kind of go through the whole where do I belong kind of thing, and it's a little bit more stressful. So I knew that I wanted a sense of college community, but I didn't want to be in a segregated environment, away from sort of job opportunities and off-campus opportunities and places to sort of grow and explore that would be on like a traditional segregated campus. So this realization that I wanted more than just a college experience was what drew me to Parsons and the New School. The New School is not a traditional university. We don't try to be, but non-traditional is not a bad thing, especially if you're in the design realm. Being non-traditional allows students the freedom to figure out how to adapt the college experience into something that works for them. So as a freshman, I came in and I decided I wanted to spend as much time as possible working off campus to gain firsthand experience in my field before graduating and being sent into the real world and trying to figure everything out. So through careful planning, meetings with my advisors, and mastering time management, I managed to go part-time my final semester and was working 6 jobs by the time I graduated, while also helping run the Industrial Design Society of America Parsons chapter that I co-founded, while also planning the end-of-year show for school constructed environments. So it was somewhat excessive, but you can do whatever you put your mind to and make time for it. I also never had an all-nighter, so figure it out. You can do it, just don't go down my route of 6 jobs. I was also overwhelmed by the amount of dedication that the faculty had. Most of our faculties don't hold office hours, but they're New Yorkers. They'll meet with you anytime, any day, as long as they're free and as long as you're free. And they're completely open to meeting at any time to offer support. One of my instructors literally spent hours with me on the weekends teaching me how to weld, which wasn't even part of the curriculum, but something that I just expressed interest in doing, and it was a completely invaluable experience, as well as countless other experiences with other faculty members. So while you're on campus today, think about not only what you want from your college experience, what's important to you, what you can go without, but also what you want to achieve in the next 4 years and what university you think would help you get to these goals. And if you feel like it's stressful now, it's only going to repeat itself in 4 years. Again, when you're looking for jobs and graduating and being sent into another unknown void. So definitely take this time to sort of enjoy your last year in high school and figuring things out, and then you'll do it again in 4 years. Okay, thanks.
Hi everyone, my name's Lucy Jones. I graduated this year with a BFA in fashion design. My senior year thesis was geared towards involving disabilities into the fashion design process, and this stemmed from a comment made by my younger cousin Jake, who has hemiplegia. Jake can do most things independently in his day-to-day life, but what I was shocked to hear was that dressing was one of the most difficult things that he could not do independently. I then made it my goal in Parsons to raise awareness for design for disabilities, to be included into the design process, and help erase marginalization that often occurs. With this project, I was granted Women's Wear Designer of the Year and at Parsons' annual Fashion Design Benefit, and Kering's Empowering Imagination winner, where I flew to Italy for a week to visit all the brands. I am now one of 3 recipients of the CFDA and Eileen Fisher, that's the Council Fashion Designers of America, Social Innovation Program. This is a year-long residency, and I'll be working to propose a scalable and sustainable solution for all the damaged and unsold clothing that can be put back into the design process that would otherwise go into landfill. Myself and 2 other girls will be presenting our collection in August 2016. The best factors that I took away from the new school, besides the dynamic work ethic and the opportunities granted, is to be kind to others and to collaborate. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nelson De Jesus, and I graduated this spring from architecture design. And I'll speak a little bit about some of my experiences here at Parsons, and I'll say that each one of them helped me grow in very specific ways. And at Parsons, I was able to explore design through all of the analysis and projects and architectural conceptual designs. And so one of the projects that pretty much highlighted my experiences at Parsons, one of them was the White House installation. It was like one of the best moments because it was a group of students from here at Parsons, and we were one per specific classes, and we all came together to decorate the East Room of the White House. And it was like an amazing experience where we all put forth what we have had learned in our Parsons in all 4 years, and it's pretty great. And also, as an independent study, it was like the one time that after going through all of my classes and seminar classes and studios, I got to develop my own project. And this project was purely focused on architectural and how it could intervene in a very positive and resilient way in the Dominican Republic. And this is a project that I'm still working on today, which Parsons has helped me push forward through resources and through advices. And it was, overall, my experience was pretty unique because everybody in class is like, we all support each other, and not only support each other, but we encourage to always push ourselves further, one step ahead. And that was one of the best things I took away, and which I will still do right now. Which we like after graduation, we meet up once a month, every month, to keep up with each other's life and see how we do. But we've really formed a great community that helps us all after to go through the whole afterlife growing up job. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Noe Paparella and I am an alumni here at Parsons and New School for Design. I graduated this past spring semester, 2015, with a bachelor degree in illustration and fine arts. A very expensive piece of paper that took me 4 years, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to earn, and that I keep in a very important place in my closet. Stuck between an old pile of books that I've already read and will probably never read again, and my landlord's full DVD collection of Lost. Yet, if anyone asks me if I do it again or if I think they should go to art school, my answer is always and always yes. To tell you a little more about myself, I'm kind of a big nerd, and I've always really excelled in school. But my first year at the new school was a little basic. Because of the fact that I was extremely shy, I spent most of my time alone just doing the assignment. And whenever I was working on a project, I would always try to get into the teacher's head. And I would ask myself all these questions, like, what is he expecting us to make, or what would she want to see? And yet, I still managed to get a few B's and a couple C's. Now, how is that possible when I thought I was giving the teachers exactly what they wanted, right? Now, sophomore year was when shit got real. I ended up in a studio class in another department, and there I met two incredibly fascinating and almost too attractive-looking people. And all of a sudden, something changed, and I wasn't making work for the teacher anymore. I was making work for myself, because I really needed to step up my game if I was ever going to be friends with those two, right? Now, you could think of it as a competition, but that term seems to have a negative connotation to it. For me, it was the beginning of a creative exchange. It was the second biggest creative push I got in my life. My first one was when my dad sat me down in his studio and gave me a big art is life speech. You know what I'm talking about, right? I was about 6 years old at the time. Anyway, during that short-lived class, I came to make some really amazing projects on almost a weekly basis. And what made them so great was the fact that I thought so. I really believed and I enjoyed it, and I was excited to show them at critiques and show them to my friends. And that new enthusiasm, that new energy was definitely felt by others. In fact, my teachers felt it so hard, they never gave me a B again. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that more than the college experience and more than the lessons taught, the value truly lies in being in the same room all day, every day for 4 years with some of the best young artists in the world. Being at this school gave me that environment. And even if school ended, all of these things and all of these people that I've mentioned have helped me and motivated me in every single project that I've undergone so far. Whether it was a commissioned illustration of a dog I recently did for my neighbor, or a design for a Moleskine book cover that just came out, and especially as CEO of Luna Productions LLC, a graphic design company that I started after graduation. For me, it was the courses, but also the space between classes. Here, I learned not only to be good at what I do, but most importantly, how to enjoy it. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Ketevan, and I graduated from Parsons in May 2014. I was in the Design and Management program. I came to the new school as an international student, and I have to tell you that coming to Parsons was probably one of the best decisions of my life. Being an international student was not easy, but my teachers and my classmates made the transition easy for me. There are really many reasons why I enjoyed being a student here so much. One thing I can tell you for sure is that being a student at the new school is not easy. You will have to work really hard. You will have to work on many interesting projects with your classmates. But trust me, all the hard work will pay off at the end. The fashion and the design industry has become highly competitive. There are many design schools in this country who can probably teach you how to be a designer, but what Parsons teaches you is how to be an innovator who can actually turn an idea into a reality. Being an innovator and outside the box thinker is the only way you can be successful in this industry. You will also become a critical thinker who does not accept things as they are, but rather ask questions. Once, during an interview, an interviewer told me that it's better to have too many crazy ideas than no ideas at all. So if you have an idea, you can turn it into a reality. And there are so many resources at the New School, including your own professors who can help you become successful and turn that idea into a reality. One great thing about the New School is the career services that's available to everybody. And they helped me land my very first internship. And I did many, many internships, and I'm really happy I did them because I was able to gain some industry experience, meet really interesting people, and actually learn from them. I was also able to get my very first time job after graduation just because I went to an event that was organized by Parsons, during which I made some really important connections. I still keep in touch with my advisor. She is really great, and I often ask her for opinions about my future career moves. One advice I can give you is to use all the resources that the New School has to offer, get as much experience as you can while you're a student, because that way you can build your resume and make some really important connections. Work as hard as you can while you are a student, and work as hard as you can when you're an intern, because I can assure you that the fashion industry is not as big as it seems. Everyone knows everyone, and your hard work and dedication will be appreciated. I would also suggest making as many friends as you can, because they are the future of this industry, and you will be working with them once you graduate. Once my professor told me fashion industry is supposed to, fashion itself is supposed to distract and delight, and this is what I do at work on a daily basis. I work for Saks Fifth Avenue, and I oversee all women's ready-to-wear and shoes. So my job is to create beautiful displays that kind of catches the eye, and lets the customer's eye travel. So my official title is a fashion stylist, visual merchandiser. So on my floors, I have to create beautiful displays that really attracts the customer. So that's it. Thank you.
So these folks will be available to you throughout the rest of the morning. So if you would like to interact with them individually, they are a wealth, obviously, of knowledge, and I think showed you how individual they are and their approaches to a Parsons education was, and hopefully you could see reflections of yourselves in some of them. So thank you again. At this point, I would like to introduce you to the Parsons admission team, other folks that you'll have the opportunity to interact with throughout the morning. So I'm going to ask them to come forward and introduce themselves.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Erin Stein. I'm the Director of Undergraduate Admission for Parsons, and I'll be back in here at 11 o'clock to talk specifically about preparing your portfolio and the application for Parsons.
Good morning. My name is Lark Morgenstern. I'm an Assistant Director of Admission here at Parsons. You can find me at 12 p.m. downstairs talking about our BAFA program, so you can find me later. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tom Roberts. I'm an undergraduate admissions counselor. I'm not doing any special presentations. I'll just be floating around, so feel free to find me if you have questions. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kelly Murray. I'm an assistant director. I work specifically in international recruitment. I'll be downstairs with the programs, so please come see me and Tom and our colleague Tamiko if you have any questions at all.
I'm Phil Brown. I'm the Associate Director of Undergraduate Admissions. I'll be floating around, so feel free to ask me questions. And Tamiko and will be downstairs as well. She had to set up, so she's not here, but look for her.
Oh, it's bright. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new school. My name is Murray Mackay, and I'm a Senior Associate Director with Parsons Paris, and also with Parsons School of Design. At noon today, Susan Taylor-Leduc, who is the Dean of Parsons Paris, will be giving a conversation with you about that school. So enjoy your time here.
All right, so before we break, I just want to give you some logistics for the rest of your morning and try to defray any confusion anyone might have. We've called today's event Explore the New School because that's exactly what we want you to do. We want you to treat this like a true open house and to explore on your own the areas of campus that are of greatest interest to you so that you can really begin to assess whether Parsons and the new school are the best fit for you. So a couple of things are going to be happening simultaneously throughout the next couple of hours. You already heard Erin mention that at 11 o'clock back in this space, she will be facilitating an Explore Parsons information session, where she will detail the application instructions, share a little bit about portfolio preparation for any of you that might be interested. Beginning immediately as soon as I release the Kraken and all of you out into the world, you can go back downstairs to the event cafe, which is where you all checked in. There will be a campus resource fair for student services, the alumni who were just here speaking, some of the admission folks will be there. So if you want to ask some questions about those particular services, offices, or just interact with our staff and faculty, they will be in that location. Right around the corner, so at the base of the stairs, as you enter that check-in event cafe location, you're going to take an immediate right. And in the Star Foundation Hall, you will find program information for all of the undergraduate programs at Parsons, including the first-year curriculum, all of the minors that Parsons offers, and each of the academic majors that I detailed in the presentation. There will be faculty, staff, students in that space, so you can interact with all of them and get some additional information about each of those particular programs. We also have something that we call campus hotspots. These are locations both in this building and in some of our other buildings on campus that you are encouraged to go explore on your own. There will be a student staff member who works within the Welcome Center at each of those locations to greet you, to kind of show you what is visually interesting in that location, and again, gives you the opportunity to interact with a current new school student and ask any questions you might have about those things. The map for that is located on the Whova app, which hopefully you have all downloaded. We also have some printed copies of that map downstairs back in the check-in location as well. Also, if you are interested in taking a tour of one of our residence halls, we have two residence halls that are open for tours today, Loeb Hall and 13th Street Residence. You simply check in at that residence hall table immediately outside this auditorium, grab a ticket for a particular 10-minute time slot, and meet back in that same location at your appointed time, and a staff member will escort you to the residence hall for that quick 10-minute tour. If you have any questions, look around for anybody who's wearing one of those black event team polo shirts or a red event staff shirt, and we will do our best to assist you. At noon, if any of you are interested, you can also come back into this space to learn a little bit more about Parsons Paris, or as Lark mentioned, there will be a presentation in room L104 downstairs for those of you who may be interested in learning a little bit more about the dual degree program. And if any of you want to stay on with us all day long, we'll be doing all of this all over again starting at 1 o'clock for our Eugene Lang College and College of Performing Arts. So if you have dual interest in one of them, we'd love to see you throughout the day. I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome to the new school.